Welcome back everyone. Now we are going to discuss how to put a regression model to our correlated data set. Again the same data set I am going to use for food cells. The values are order date, region, city, category, product, quantity, unit price and total price. In this previous video we have seen how to calculate the Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient for quantity and total price, which was resulted into 0.97 Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient, and we have plotted the scatter plot also. Now to go for this regression analysis, we have to add our data pack. Data command is only over here. We have to add our data pack to this one. Now this addition will be goes in this help window, add in. Okay, so here in settings, add in or insert add ins, this will give you the additional data pack for this data sets. Now here analysis tool pack, VBA and all, we need only analysis tool pack. I'm click. It is already been available but it is not displayed. Sometimes it will be displayed in our data tab. Now if I am clicking this OK command, this extra analysis tool pack will be displayed over here. Now I am clicking this data analysis. This whole pattern or these statistical analysis will be displayed. These analysis tool pack will help us to calculate ANOVA, analysis of variance, single factor, two factor and so on. Similarly, correlation, variance, descriptive statistic, exponential smoothing and all. Okay, so here we are going to use this regression command. Now just click on that regression. Okay, now here you have to insert Y range as well as X range. Here I have defined my Y range as total price, so I am putting this total price. All these values will be from start. So just select that, shift and navigation downward arrow. I am inserting all the values in this Y series. All that 244 values has been inserted. Then I need to insert this X. So here my quantity is the X value. I have inserted over here. Then here label. This label is nothing but if I am selecting the name, quantity and all the values from next line, then first cell will be contained as the label. If I am putting this label correct sign, so that H2 and F2, that two values will be considered as a label and 244 values will be get calculated. So instead of that, I'm not going to use this label. Then confidence limit is always been to be 95%. This is the basic confidence level. If we want to change the confidence level, that is for 99%, 97%, we can change it here also. Now output range. If we have to, or if I want to define my output range, the whole display of this one has to be given in this cell. Suppose here I have to define the cell address. So that M5 is going to display our whole regression analysis. Then if you want to change your output option, you can put it on a new worksheet or on new workbook. If I am clicking that in new worksheet, that will be displayed on the another sheet. If I want to define in a new workbook, the output will be get printed on the new workbook. Now along with that regression, what I need residuals, residual plots or standardized residuals, line fit plots, whatever these aspects I want. Just click on right click. If you have right click, that whole window will be get displayed. If I want to define the normal probability plot, that is consistency plot, we can put that correct mark also. Now here we are going to have all that plots, that's why I have selected all that, so that we can just understand what this actual tab is all about. Now I have selected all that residual plots and clicking by the OK. Now whatever slide I have selected, that on that slide this sheet will be get. Now by the display I have selected another sheet, so your display of output is on another sheet. Now this one, first table is define summary output. Now this defines regression statistic. This is multiple R. Multiple R is Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient, that is a regression itself. Okay, then R square. So R square is nothing but that 0.9 bracket square itself. Adjusted R square is used for sample as well as population 1. Standard error. Now how many total observations they have calculated? 244. Okay, then this is the ANOVA table. This ANOVA tables defines how this regression equation or regression analysis is best fit for that given data set or not. Now regression with degrees of freedom 1, residual is with regression part 242. This is the simple SS. Now this SS, that is sum of square, is nothing but your regression, that is y minus y cap bracket square. Okay, that part we have already defined in the previous videos. Now here the next chapter or next table defines the intercept value and x variable value. Intercept value is nothing but your constant value, and x variable value is nothing but the slope of that line or the equation which we have already formed in that regression plot. This one is the standard error, t statistic, p value, 95% lower confidence interval, upper confidence interval, power lower 95% lower confidence interval, and so on. Now this one, another plot is known as residual output. Residual output is nothing but this one is the predicted. Predicted means what? By using regression equation y is equal to ax plus b, they have calculated some y values. We already have some y and we have calculated with the equation value. These are the predicted y values. Then residuals. Residuals means actual y minus predicted is nothing but the residuals. Standard residuals means that predicted values minus y divided by these total number of observations. Then these values are being used to calculate these plots. Now all these plots are clustered together. I am going to just separating out by using navigation window. You just have to select that and put down on the different place so that we can observe this. Now x variable 1 line plot. Now this you can say x variable 1 residual plot, x variable 1 line fit plot. Line fit plot is nothing but that blue dots which already we have defined in the scatter plot can be replaced with some standardized line which is represented by that red one. Now the same part we can define with the help of scatter plot also. Now just go for this here. Now here in this case I am going to define the quantity, then put control button, select total and select all these observations, put insert recommended charts, all charts. Now I want to select the scatter plot of, okay, insert xy plot, this one, plot title has been defined over here. So this is whatever xy plot is. Now I can change my plot. You can x values here, put the x series as this one. I'm putting total prices as my y values. You can add your data set from this tab also. I have selected all that values, sales quantities and all. Okay, so here this is what our observations are, scatter plot are. So instead of quantity I can put my data tab as unitless one. And now from this add titles we can insert trend lines. Just trend line, here we have no any trend line. Just by putting linear trend line or linear forecast we can define the line also. Now this linear trend line we can fit. This one is the linear trend line. Instead of that, by putting this add chart element, we can add chart element from this also. Trend line. Which trend line? Linear one. Exponential, linear forecast, 2 period time average and all. We can use this option for linear time series smoothing also. So here we are going to use this linear one trend equation will be displayed. This option is for our data. Effects, colors, that means you can change the colors also. Your solid fade, and here blue color, instead of blue you can choose the another color also, so that your legend format is going to change. Then we can change the border format also. If I want to put gradient line, the present is, you can change it over here like this. Direction also can be changed. The color from dark to mild or mild to dark has to be changed. You can change the color also. Now here you can observe this legend's border color and field has been changed. Same you can change from this also. Chart style you can change. Chart color you can change, which can be defined or which can be changed by using this chart tool. यहाँ से भी कर सकते हैं, या फिर from this style also we can choose another color. Now filters. You can change a series name. Data can be get selected and checked from here. Values you can select and data you can select. Now quantity. Okay. Then from plus you can change the trend lines and everything. It will be displayed over here like this. Now I just have selected this trend line. If I want to format that trend line, just select this trend line first. So trend line will have these two selection arrows. One selection button over here and another one is here. Just right click that. You can delete, you can reset, you can change the chart type and everything. I just want to format that trend line to another color so that it will be displayed in another one. Okay, so trend line I have defined with the linear one. If I want to define the custom automatic way, we can define with the trend line name automatic linear one. If I want to define the custom, that means I need to put my that equation name or that time series or regression, I can put it custom and just type over here regression 1. I am putting it as regression 1. Now for forecast we can define the time period. That means if I have values for 245, forecast up to 5, that means next 45 values we can forecast. Back forecast means for 5 से पहले वाले जो है this forecast value or this time period value is useful for time series observations. Okay, then we can set the intercept also, we can display equation on chart, and we can display r square on chart. If I'm clicking this display equation on chart, the equation is going to display over here. I'm just showing this. Now this one, y is equal to 2.1537x plus 0.2782 is going to be our regression line. From this outline command, you can change your regression line color also. Okay, here I named it as regression 1, which is defined with the red colored, and I have defined my regression with this one. I can change or I can use this equation with its own format also. Just select that. You can put it on red color. You can bold it and all. So this will be displayed the regression equation. Now just consider here. Here intercept value is 0.2781 and y variable value is 2.15. The same value or same variable we have already been defined over here. Okay, so intercept means a constant value which will be 0.2782, and y variable means y is equal to coefficient of x, that will be slope of our regression line, that will be 2.1537. The same values have been displayed over here, these two values. Okay, so now we will define what that y residuals are. Okay, so here y values are 58,303 and all, that means these were our actual y values. Fine. Now here we are going to calculate y with the help of this equation, 2.1537x plus 0.2782. With the help of this equation, I am just putting my scatter plot on another one. Now I am going to calculate these values. Now calculation done in Excel with the help of is equal to sign. I am going to put all that values as it is. Now here x is nothing but the quantity. So instead of x, I am going to define the cell address of quantities. So it will be defined as 2.1537 into, there is no sign between 2.1537 and x value, so it will be put it as a multiplication. So here into, you have to define the cell address plus the constant value has to be put it like this only, 0.2782. Put it enter, and once you define, just double click here so that each values for the rest is going to calculate. Okay, so this is nothing but your calculated value, or you can put it, you can call it as estimated value. Actual value is 5841 and rest value is 7135. Now with the help of this actual y and y, residuals can be calculated. Residuals means what? Residual is nothing but your values actual minus estimated. So all these values can be calculated. These are nothing but residuals. Now with the help of these actual values, they have calculated which is defined in this sheet, residual outputs and all. Okay, so these residuals are being calculated like predicted y. Now predicted y is 71.3506 187.6516. the same values has been calculated over here, this one. Okay, so ये values कहाँ से calculate किए? We have calculated the regression equation, which is defined like this. I put all the values of my x, that is quantities, and calculated this one. This one is called as y estimated. Then residuals are nothing but actual values minus residuals. Now in this one, they have calculated the residuals like this only. So this is how your regression analysis is done just only by one click. Okay, here we are not going to deal all these values manually. As we are dealing with 245 values, we have to spare our time for further interpretations also. Okay, so this is how regression is going to start.